Well, hello everyone. How are you doing today? I hope you are well. If you watched my last video, you saw that I did a full removal of my last set, which is why my hands look a little rough and ragged. I have not yet gone into the prep for applying the new set. That is what this video is going to be all about. I haven't decided yet if I want to use my Painted Desert nails or if I want to use my Young Nails tips that I just got in the mystery box. Either way, I think I want to do a set of coffin nails. I've been doing tapered almond for quite a while now, and I think I want to change it up a bit. Also, the coffin will give me a chance to go a little bit longer on the length. So I'm thinking I might do that. But let's get into the cuticle cleanup. My nails are already sanded. I still have product on from the last manicure on most of my nails, but it's a very thin layer. And I used this narrow sanding band. It's a mandrel bit with a sanding band. They just recently started becoming popular. I find these a lot easier to use than the standard one, which is right here. You can tell it's quite a bit thicker. I just find it's easier, especially on narrow nail beds, to get into the corners. And I find it easier when I'm working on clients not to nick their skin. So that's my new favorite toy. But for right now, I'm going to go in with this beauty, which is my favorite for cleaning up around the sidewalls and the cuticle line. So I'm just going to place it in my efile. I'm going to make sure that it's on forward since I will be using my dominant hand on my left hand. And I'm going to put it up to about 15 RPM, which is 1500, 15,000, I'm not sure. I'm going to put my fan on low. So I'm just going to go around the sidewalls, get up any of the dead skin and cuticles and debris from the removal process, making sure that the bit is always parallel to my nail. And just go around from one side to the other. I gently push the flat edge up against the nail fold to push it back. That way I can go in and either clip it off or use the ball bit to brush, what's it called? To sand it off? Is that the right word? We're gonna go with it. And then I just lightly run it over the surface to smooth it out. I'm using this only on the leftover product that's on my nail. I am not using it on my natural nail. All right, so we're done with this bit, so we can remove it. We've done both the left and the right hand. And now, if you feel comfortable and you like using cuticle clippers, you can go in and start nipping away the dead skin that we lifted from our nail plate. Usually I don't use nippers on myself just because, generally speaking, I don't have that much skin to nip away. So I just go in with the ball bit and I polish the cuticle line, which I'm going to do anyway. But since this was a full removal, I've got a bit more dead skin to deal with. So I'm going to nip that away first, and then I'm going to go in with the ball bit. All right, just as simple as that. And now, what's this ball bit you speak of? I don't know what happened to my large ball bit. Is it in my case from school? Yes, it is. Imagine that. So I'm going to put the small ball bit in there, and I'm going to go with the large ball bit. So the ball bit is a diamond bit, and it's specifically made for using on your nail plate. Now, that's not to say you should drill into your nail plate, but it is smooth. It's fine. You can use it on your skin. It's not going to do any damage. But the ball bit is used to go around the cuticle line, to burnish it, to remove any dead skin, and give a nice, smooth, clean surface. Okay, I am back. I've cleaned up my station. I am done polishing my nails. I had to take a call off camera, which is why I finished it off camera. And then I went to pet my cat. And now I've got cat hair all over my nails. I do want to just soften up the corners a little bit. I like to round them as much as possible before I put on extensions so I don't have any corners peeking out.
Come closer, let me see all your million faces and all your million mistakes. You don't need to.
Now the question is, it still remains, which bits am I going to use? I'm just cleansing the nail with some alcohol, getting underneath, so that it doesn't inhibit the nails from adhering properly. Okay. Question remains which one I'm going to use. Now these are extra short coffin tips that I've gotten from Painted Desert. They say extra short, but for some reason they always seem long on me, or at least they used to back when I first started. The one that goes on my thumb is number 2. So yeah, while that's, it's nice. It's a nice length. I think I want to go a little bit longer, especially if I'm going to do, go back to coffin for a bit. I think I'd like them a little bit longer. So it's funny how your perspective changes. Let's see, number 5 would be my middle finger, I think. How you think something is so long, and then all of a sudden you're like, that's not long, that's short. So while this definitely makes things easier because they're already shaped, I think I want to play around with these medium stilettos from Young Nails. So I don't know which ones fit my fingers yet. I'm going to have to size them. But it'll make it easier, since they're already longer, to go and trim them to the length that I want. But I think I'm going to start them further down the nail, because generally speaking, I don't use tips. I use full coverage nails, and this will mean that I don't have to cut off as much. So it looks like that's a good size. This one is number 1. So I'm going to take another one out and measure my right hand, because just because it fits on my left hand doesn't mean it's going to fit on my right hand. This one fits pretty well. You want to make sure it goes sidewall to sidewall without pressing down. You don't want to smush it down onto your finger. You want it to just sit there and fit sidewall to sidewall. I want to see what the 0 looks like. Yeah, that's really too big with too much of a gap that I would have to fill. So we're going to take those 2, and we're going to move on to, I'm going to circle on the case on the underside. Everything is numbered. So I'm going to circle the 1 from my thumb. And then we're going to move on to the pointer finger, which I'm guessing is probably going to be 5. Or actually my middle finger is probably going to be a 5. Maybe, oop, where'd it go? Maybe not. Let's try a 4. Yeah, 4 is more like it for the middle finger. You also want to check the underside, make sure that it's actually the number that's in the section, because they can jump from section to section. I don't know. Now I'm questioning whether or not I want to use these. Kind of want to just have it easy and do my painted desert tips. But let's keep with it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'm gonna go down to a size, actually let's circle this, middle. Gonna go down to 6. Way too large. Is that even a 6? Let's try that again. You know what? I'm gonna check it out. I'm going to go back to doing my painted deserts, but I don't think I'm gonna do the short coffin. I'm going to do, hold up. I'm going to do my medium stilettos. And then if I want to convert them into a coffin, I can. I am going to need another number 2 though. No, that's too small on me anyway. There we go. All right. Zero. Let's go to a 4 for the middle finger. That looks too big. Let's try a number 5. For the young nails tips, I will either use it at another time or I will use it on a client. I don't think with the shape that they're for me. So I'm going to go ahead and get these ready. I don't know why I put away my drill because I have to sand down the underside. I'm just going to use the ball bit that's on my efile right now. Otherwise, okay, so I'm just going to use a cleanup brush and some alcohol to clean the undersides of the nails to get rid of the dust. And now I'm going to prep my nails. So for prepping my nails, I want to do a layer of prep. Want to use nail dehydrator. Oops. And I want to use a 1 layer of soak off base coat. I'm also going to use the base coat to adhere the nails. Using my Sidewinder, flash curing lamp. So first and foremost, you want to go ahead and dehydrate the nail. I'm using Model 1's nail dehydrator. And then just a smidge of protein bond. You really only want to put it around the cuticle line, because that's where, if you're going to get lifting, that's where it's going to be. And this is an acid-free protein bond. So one way to know that it's good is when it dries a bit tacky. And then we're going to go and put on a layer of base coat. Why do I have a gnat in here? Go away. Just gonna go ahead and flash cure that for 10 seconds or so. And then I'm going to do the rest of my nails and do a full cure for 60 seconds. All right, so the next step is going to be the easiest part of the manicure, and that's attaching the nails. I always go for the thumb to start, but you really want to go with the pinky. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put another coat of base on my nail, and then I'm going to paint the underside, not the tip, the cuticle line, the well of the nail. So after you put down a thin coat, you want to go and get another bead and just scrape it along the underside. Make sure your lamp is ready to go. Push it down at a 45-degree angle, and then as the bead starts to come to the top, you want to get it under the light. And then within 10 seconds, it's basically cured. Leave it there for just a little bit longer. Make sure it doesn't move anymore on the nail, and then you want to turn off the light and move on to the next nail. Now, I've heard that you don't necessarily need to etch the underside of the nail. I've always seen otherwise, so I'm just used to doing it. But I've also heard that you can do what's called chemical etching, where you scrub the protein bond into the surface of the nail. Not your nail, the enhancement. And that creates the adhesion that you are looking for from actually, what's the word? I need a little bit more from filing the underside.
closer, dance for me. Easy tiger, easy, let your hair down. Come closer, let me see all your million faces and all your million mistakes. You don't need to hide. Come closer so that we can be together. Everything that has been don't matter no.
All right, so all the nails are flash cured, but you want to make sure that you completely cure them. So make sure once you're done attaching all the nails, you go ahead and put it in the lamp for another 60 seconds or however long your product states that it needs to be cured for. I'm using a combo LED UV lamp. This is Madam Glam, and the directions are to cure for 60 seconds in an LED or for 2 minutes. So since mine is a combo, I can safely do 60 seconds and it'll be fully cured.
Head, my darling, I get everything that has been don't matter no more. We've burned it. All those whirlwinds can't touch us no more. We've earned it. We've earned it. We've been mostly off track and under attack, so we've earned it. Yeah, we've stayed loyal to each other. Now everything that has been don't matter no more. We've burned it.
All right, let's move this out of the way. We've got all of our nails attached. They are looking fantastic. They are all, ignore that, that's not an air bubble. I just skipped with the ball bit and burnished the wrong side of the nail. But they're all looking great. They're all going in the right direction. These nails are a little bit long because the cuticle bed is not as long as on my other fingers, so I will trim those down. Also, I'm not that much of a stiletto type person. I really like more of a tapered almond, so I probably will take the profile down a little bit, but right now I'm going to go into getting these finish filed to start the actual manicure. So first and foremost, you want to take out your e-file again, if that's what you use, or you can use a hand file. For the hand file, you would want to go at an angle and get that corner in along the side wall and then go up around the cuticle and really file that edge down because you want it flush with your natural nail bed. I find it a little bit difficult to use a hand file for that, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to use my safety bit. And these nails are feeling a bit long for me, so I'm probably going to end up taking down the length a little bit. Help me. Help me. I need food. I'm going to make sure this is going in the forward direction since I am using my dominant hand, and I'm going to have it at speed 15, which is my go-to. I'm just going to sneak it down into the corner and get that ridge.
This life to the fullest, to the fullest.
And give us a fresh start. Wilderness, we've come for you. We'll misbehave, stay out till late, share our secrets.
So I do have a bit of spillage of the gel, so I'm just going to pull my skin away and file that down as well. moving on to the shaping. So I'm going to take this around the sidewall on both sides, and then around the free edge, just to soften that that peak, that point.
We're so blessed to have you.
Come closer, dance for.
It needs to come down a little bit more. Part of me wants to clip it.
Don't matter no more. We've burned it. All those whirlwinds can't touch us no more. We've earned it. We've earned it.
All right, I'm going to do my right hand off camera just because I can't get the angle that I want and keep it in camera view. So I will be back when I'm finished to wrap this up, because this video is all about attaching the enhancements, and the next video will be about the manicure. All right, guys, so that's going to take us to the end of this video. The last thing that you really want to do before going on to the manicure is to get rid of all the dust on the nail. Being careful of any cuts that you have, because we're using alcohol. You want to brush away from the cuticle so that you're not pushing the dust into the cuticle line. And then make sure also that you get under your nails. All right. So thank you so much once again for joining me. I hope you liked this video. If you have any comments or questions as to the products that I used in this video or any of the techniques, please let me know down in the description box below. And of course, all the information on the products I used will be in the description box below. Did I say comment section? Leave your comments down in the comment section, and I'll leave the information down in the description box. Please do hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell so that you always know when new videos are available. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.